So I got my shelves built for this cabinet here. Basically what I'm gonna do is either use biscuits to attach to the space frame or some GRK trim-headed screws maybe, or a combination of both. I had to add a laminated filler strip to account for the face frame on the back side here, which this is all getting painted. But I just used my router to mortise out all my shelf locations. Spaced them equally. This is off a Pinterest look. This radius here. One thing when you're doing stuff like this versus trying to end up flush, like where you terminate something, like here, is to do like an 1/8 or a 16th under. You'll notice that like on the end of a wall, if a cabinet's on the end of a wall, purposefully stop it short to leave yourself a room, because if you try to go flush, you know, at the end of a wall and it's just a little bit off, because drywall always is, it'll show up. So like here I'm hanging past, but yeah, so it's installed. Now I just got to glue it up and sand it, and it'll be ready for paint and install. So for my face frame here, I decided I'm gonna try some biscuits, clamp it up and glue it. So right now I got it laid out. Making sure to not put a biscuit anywhere there's hinges. So now I'm gonna dry fit it. And the reason I put so many is to help kind of true it up. Keep that flush on the face frame. this is all going to be painted, so I have the luxury of putting screws in the face. This is a little bowed, so I'm putting one more in, so I'm not torquing that trim screw running through the face of the shelf. So I'm putting one more in. So it's all installed. Now I just gotta fill the holes with some spackle in this face frame. I guess extension worked pretty well, except my glue started to get a little bit set up. So, and I'm using Titebond 3. I think all that'll fill. I just need to give it a nice sand. And I think that's gonna look really nice. I came through the backside in the opposite locations of my biscuits and put a trim screw from the back, from the inside of the face frame into the back of the shelf. It's planed out really nice as far as to the side of the cabinet, to the wall. Clean it up a little bit and get it ready, prep for paint. So right now I'm caulking the shelf, prepping for paint. One method I covered in a different video, which some of you might not have seen if you're new to the channel, is using a wet rag on the tip of your finger, just like so. And it, instead of smearing the caulk, it helps catch the edges so it doesn't push it out. And it makes caulking a lot easier. You just keep moving the rag around on your finger, and it catches the caulk that you're digging out of the groove, so it doesn't press out on the sides and leave streaks. So I'll show you. There's a paint line on here. That's what the camera's picking up. You can see that paint line, but like if you look here, that's just one pass, or like on the side. Yeah, so that's a nice trick. So you wrap it. The big thing is just make sure the cloth is smooth on the face of your finger. So one pass. So I got this shelf all finished up. The biscuits worked out pretty decent, I would say. If I had more clamps, would have helped out a lot. I sanded this face frame all smooth. Got it all prepped for paint, caulked. Yeah, all I did was biscuits. And then I came through the back side of the face frame with number 9 trim head screw. And then also put a few screws in this side. And then got it all caulked. I mortised for my shelves a 3/4 by 3/8 mortise. Glued and then pin nailed. On my dowels, I used a trim headed screw and glue. But yeah, so it turned out nice. Same thing over here. This is all ready to paint now. Kind of face frames, and then a little bump out, kind of like a column base on that side, which I guess I could have done one here. I don't know how I terminated it at the front. Same deal I showed earlier in the video on the face frames on the cabinets. I had to make a relief and almost like an extension of the face frame. But once it's all painted up, I think it's going to look sharp. So that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and keep hammering.